Hello everybody, welcome. I am Venus. Welcome to my channel. And today I have a sequence for you that's going to help. Mainly everything is going to be lower to the mat because we're going to be working on our hip flexors, our psoas muscles, the lower back, through the glutes and the thighs, your quadriceps, just to help strengthen because our hip area is what helps give us the sturdiness, stability of when we're standing, walking, sitting, anything like that. So we're just mainly going to be working on that area today, just a short video. So you're going to start sitting on the mat in your easy pose. Close your eyes, breathing in and out through your nose or in through your nose and out through your mouth. When you do this, drop the shoulders away from your ears, sit up tall through the spine. You want to feel your breath come all the way through the top of your chest, through the middle stomach and down. If you need to put your hand on your stomach to make sure, that's fine. You feel yourself leaning forward, sit on back. If you want to sit up on a block, you can do that too to help. And let's bring the hands up and just roll out through the wrists. Maybe wiggle the fingers. And then at your shoulders, maybe just roll your shoulders one way and roll them the opposite way just to loosen up the top part of your body. Now bring one hand down. I'm going to start with my left hand. You're going to keep both sit bones on the ground and you're just going to raise the right hand up, leaning over to the side as far as you can, but leave the hips on the mat. Breathing. Maybe bring the shoulder back as if you're leaning against the wall, and then bring the navel to spine. More important, of course, than the moves is your breath. Keeping it nice and even. And then gently come back up. And we'll do that same thing on the opposite side. So bring your right hand down, left hand arm comes up, open up through the chest, navel to spine, breathing, maybe look up to the ceiling or just straight ahead. Smiling. Taking this time out for you, thanking yourself for that. We're going to come into some cat and cow. You're going to come on your hands and knees, hands underneath the shoulders, feet about hip width distance apart, knees about hip width distance apart under the hips. Breathe, and then you're going to drop your belly down, shoulders back. Start with the navel before tipping the head down. Drop the belly down, cow. Lift through the navel first, dropping the head. Inhale. And exhale. Now from here, I'm going to have you bring the right foot out. I'm going to bring my right foot out too here. Rock back a couple times on the heel before you bring your foot up between the hands into your low lunge. You can come up off the mat and breathe, or you can keep your knee down, whichever way is comfortable. And then let's place our hand down, the opposite of your foot that you have forward, and reach the arm up overhead, pushing and separating the arms away from one another. Pressing your pubic bone forward. Drop down as far as you can through the hips. And then bring that hand around before coming into your pigeon pose. Knee behind the wrist and foot behind the wrist. And slide all the way down through the hips. You can either stay up in an arch, taking a back bend, or you can bring your hands in front, or you can even fold all the way down. And relaxing. You could even place a block under your head, whichever your body is feeling like, just make it your own. Keeping with your breath. And then gently bring the hands down. Slide the foot back. Slowly. And then press through with your other foot. Pressing back into that heel. And then bringing it forward into that low lunge. Where you're coming just down on your knee. Making sure the foot is even with your knee. Don't have it forward. Don't have it too far forward. Don't have it too far back. Breathing. I'm going to come up on my leg. And then you could take your twist here. Bringing the hands away, the shoulders stretch away from one another. Feel a nice stretch through the shoulders, but also feeling a nice stretch in the back of the leg. And then come back down. Let's come into that pigeon pose. Take your hand, one hand on your knee, one hand on your foot. You do a back bend. Or again, coming down, keeping the hips level. Bring your hands in front in prayer position. Or come all the way down and just relax. Relaxing through the shoulders. Relax them way down. Relax your forehead, your cheekbones, your jaw. I know sometimes when I am tensed up, I find myself clutching through my teeth, my jaw. Very uncomfortable, and I gotta catch myself. If you're bringing your hands up into prayer position, really press through the top of the foot. And then really press the palms of your hand together. And breathing. And then you can bring your hands down and gently come out of it. Now before we come over onto our backs, you're going to take your foot out and just do your half split where you're really pushing through that heel, bring your toes up towards the ceiling. Round through, you can make this passes, so round your head down, pressing through the hips. If you're leaning clear over, catch yourself and bring that leg straight up. And then we'll just switch sides. You're going to bring the other foot through. Again, press through the toes, the heel, and round through the spine, pressing back through the hips, keeping the hips level. Don't lean too far onto that other leg. And then bring your leg back and we'll slide down into our Sphinx pose. So you're bringing your elbows underneath your shoulders, pressing back through the shoulders. Press the pubic bone into the mat, top of the feet flat. Take a breath in. If you're feeling pain at any time in your hip or back area, stop. And don't go so far into the move. Just kind of relax through it. Let's take one more breath here. And then we're gonna turn into a side bridge or side plank pose, whichever one you wanna call it. It's either way is right. So you're gonna bring your elbow, your hand towards the wall. The other hand just comes in front. Level out the hips. Don't lean forward, don't lean back, keep it even. And then take the hand, keep your elbow down, but take the other hand and lift up through the hips, keeping them even. Maybe looking down with your head, just keep the head relaxed. Push up as much as you can. And then gently come back down. You're gonna bring your knees slowly up to you and then bring one leg over and we'll take a twist here. So hug your arm around your knee. The other hand, you're gonna push your spine really straight. Look back as far as you can, navel to spine. As you exhale, that will help you turn back further. And then release and come down on the opposite side. Again, bring your elbow down. Other hand comes in front. You're bringing your legs straight out. And then you're gonna gently lift through the hips. This is gonna help strengthen those hip flexors and even the lower back, navel to spine. One more breath. Gently come down. Always gently come out of the moves. Don't flop down or force yourself. And then bring that opposite leg over. And you'll take your twist here too. Again, you're sitting up tall through the spine. That should feel really nice in the hips. And then you'll turn here and come down on your back. Slowly. Now take your hips, keep your knees up and take your hips. Just roll them up till you feel your back come flat on the floor, the lower back. Then you're gonna pull your knees in. This, you can do, it's kind of intuitive. Like I'm gonna rock my knees back and forth, maybe one at a time in a pumping motion. You know, whatever feels best here for you or intuitive. Maybe rotate the knees one way and then the other way. And then we will come into our bridge pose because this also is the best for strengthening that lower back and the psoas area in your hips, even through the quadriceps. So bring your knees close to you. First, let's go ahead and just raise up one leg and set it back down. We'll do that a couple times. Nothing to it. This just works on those hip flexors too. Press up into that bridge pose. Keep everything from the waist down relaxed. All the strength should be in your glutes and in your quadriceps. And then do that same thing, lifting. Inhale as you lift, exhale as you come down. One more time. Gently come down. That one's a really good one and it's fairly easy to do. Then you're just gonna lift the opposite. Bring it down. And then lift up into that bridge pose, curling the tailbone under, pressing up, keeping the knees in, zipped up as tight as you can. Again, put pressure on your bigger toe if it helps you to keep the thighs together, or use a block. Press way up, and then do that same thing. You're lifting the leg, setting it down, navel to spine. And that's it. And then gently come down. One more time, you can pull your knees into your chest. Maybe bring it down, rock over to the side, or you can rock over to the other side. Back up, we'll take pigeon pose. Bring your ankle over your knee and then thread your hands through. As you lift the back leg, maybe pull your knee into you, keeping the shoulders flat. Hold through the thighs or through your calves, but press open the knee. Probably better through your thighs, you can press your knee open. And then point and flex with your foot. And rotate one way, at the ankle and the other way. And then drop the foot down. We'll take one more bridge pose here, curling up through the tailbone. When you're up here this time, make sure it's navel to spine. You can rock your head side to side. And then gently come down. And then we're gonna do the pigeon pose on the opposite side, lifting that leg up, thread it through, elbow to your knee, and pointing and flexing through the opposite foot. Rotating one way and the other. And bring your foot back down. This time you're going to come up and you're just going to bring your knees in. And then roll yourself up. You can come back into that seated position. It's an easy pose. And then we are going to do my all-time favorite for the neck. Just rotate and circle one way a couple times. Just big wide circles, really opening up through the neck area. Breathe in deep. Let's place our hands prayer position over our head. Tip the head down. Before bringing your hands in front of you, prayer position. Thanking yourself for taking time out for you. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do. I always appreciate it. I try to get a video out once a week or once every couple weeks, every other week. And I will look forward to seeing you on the mat soon. Let's close with a chant of Om one time. Thumbs to the third eye. Breathe in. Namaste. Everybody have an awesome day. See you next time.